Welcome back to the High Sierra Report. As promised, joined by two locals now, Dan McLaughlin and Curtis Vaughn. Guys, thanks for being
Holy
here.
moly, are we locals? I think loco. Being crazy is another term for that.
Yeah, exactly. Now let's take a trip down memory lane. You guys have been here through some crazy winters. You were telling me earlier about a one winter when Gun Barrel, you could probably go up the chair.
Well, that big winter of 68, 69, you know, I still talk about that winter. I mean, that was one of the years that I think Emerald Bay had frozen. And there was so much snow on the face at Heavenly that it was the old Gun Barrel chair, and there used to be a mid station. So you can ski halfway down and then ride the mid station back up without having to go down to the base. But that year, I remember actually getting on the Gun Barrel chair at the mid station and sitting on the chair with your skis on the snow as it actually got you up to the very top. And it was like,
by comparison, can we take a look at the Heavenly Cam? Can we go to that just to see? I mean, hey, can't see Emerald Bay from there, but it's probably not frozen based on the high.
Not
sure
today, not this weekend.
Not with highs in the 50s.
We both remember the winter of '73 when they put the snow from storms into the middle of Highway 50, and it was 3 lanes across. You had one lane you could go towards the Y and one lane towards State Line, and that was it. It was closed the rest of the time. And what was it, 82, 83, when it snowed 4 feet one night?
You know, that winter of 82, 83, I was still living out at Kirkwood, and I was living on the upper subdivision there. I was actually working for the local radio station and commuting into town. But that April of that year, there was 25 feet of snow in 1 week in early April that closed the highway, closed everything, and that was a year that it slid at Alpine Meadows, if you remember, and it took out the shack, and Bernie got killed, and Anna Conrad was found by the dogs there. There was so much snow in late April of '83, it was unbelievable. But, you know, it can still happen.
Well, it has, because I remember one year they closed the resorts because it was kind of a bleak April, and boom, the storms came in.
Yeah.
And the best skiing of the entire year would have occurred when the resorts had already closed. So, as I said earlier, we really can get the kind of storms we're talking about all the way through April and May before it starts drying out.
So what were people doing then? Were they hiking up to Lac and skiing down that April? Because what else would you do if the resorts are closed?
I saw people actually getting out on the top of not Spooner Summit, of Myers Grade and skiing down into Christmas Valley.
Yeah, you could probably do that as well. Now, I also remember, you know, during the drought years, there was several drought years in the mid-'70s.
Yes.
When, you know, actually resorts opened, you know, for the holidays with some limited snow, and actually had to close down and then reopen towards the end of January that year. There was some pretty slim years in terms of snow during the drought of the mid-'70s. But so anything can happen and still happen, and does. You know, we just got to get this high pressure out of the way.
Yeah.
You know, everybody else is getting that snow.
We're not using the D word yet, are we? We're holding that off for a little bit.
Well, you know, I guess you had to say, you know, the records that I saw here at the end of 2013 for California didn't look very good. It said it was only 31% of normal rainfall for the state of California. It was probably one of the lowest water content years in recorded history.
Lowest
I don't want to
in California history is what I read.
But the irony is the reservoirs that we're dealing with, which are the snowpack of the Sierra Nevadas, really aren't that low. They're just not filling up fast.
Right.
So if we have a decent storm, there will be no problem with it at all. The issue is going to be if we have another winter like we had last year and the year before with very little at the end, there's where we can have some problems.
Absolutely. You know, we'll talk more about that when we come back. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back with more of the High Sierra Report right after this.